Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hollywood Joe coming to you to talk about WWE Summerslam. Usually, I like to wait until the dust has settled a little bit just to think about what happened over the PLE, especially when it's 2 days like WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Um, I thought SummerSlam overall was very solid. Really enjoyed night two. There were definitely some highlights in night one. Obviously, some big stories coming out of SummerSlam. Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton returning to cost Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens, after almost 18 months of being on the injury list, returned to become the number one contender to CM Punk. And that is actually the most intriguing storyline to me in WWE right now because Punk and Owens have never crossed paths on WWE television and programming. Um, and the thing with Kevin Owens is he can go on the mic, he can hang on the mic. Um, he's definitely not going to get lost, or he's not going to be below CM Punk in terms of mic skills. Kevin Owens' mic skills are incredible. And when he gets passionate and fired up, his promos are some of my favorite to listen to. Uh, One thing I did notice watching SummerSlam is Dominic Mysterio did not wear the Mega Championship down to the ring when he faced Danhausen. And I thought this was key because a lot more superstars are speaking out about their booking and how they are being handled. And Dom is in a very unique situation compared to most of the roster because Dom is the AAA Mega Champion down in Lucha Libre AAA Mexico. And he is a superstar down there. The people love him, the people adore him. But then you get up on Monday Night Raw, and he is currently feuding with Danhausen. And I get there's a group of people out there that don't like Danhausen, that don't belong, feels like he doesn't belong on TV. Um, that's okay not to like him and not to get into his character. But the people that are straight up hating on this guy are just sad. I feel sad for you. I feel sad that you cannot enjoy the comedic relief and the fun that is Danhausen. Now, do I think someone like Dom, who is holding a major championship, a historical championship, the Mega Championship has been held by some great people in the history of AAA, and some amazing luchadors have held that belt. It's Monday, folks. I'm having a hard time getting my words out today. Um, I don't think he should have been in that position, but nonetheless, it was entertaining and it was fun. Danhausen is supposed to be fun. And if you can't get behind the fun, I don't know what to tell you. Um, but with Worlds Collide and Triple Mania coming up in September, I would suspect that Dom Mysterio's booking and story is going to change drastically. And I mean drastically, because he is facing El Grande Americano for the Mega Championship at Triple Mania. And if this is anything like what El Grande versus El Grande was a while back, mask versus mask, we are in for one hell of a match between El Grande Americano and Dom Mysterio. So I really do expect Dom Mysterio's booking to change drastically starting tonight. The other thing I'm looking at is, first off, congratulations to Chad Gable. Amazing, amazing story arc, amazing just character development and evolution over the last, 2 years. I know some of that was spent on the injury list, but the original El Grande Americano was such a fun story. And obviously, everybody knew who it was, just like everybody knows who the current El Grande Americano is. But nonetheless, good for Chad Gable. Hell of a pro wrestler, hell of an athlete. Definitely deserves the Intercontinental Championship. And now that Penta, this is where I'm going with this. Now that Penta is without a singles championship, I am really hoping that this makes room for Penta and Rey Fenix to finally come together on WWE television as the Lucha Brothers and get the tag team division red hot like we all know it can be. There are a lot of great tag teams right now, like the War Raiders, like Fraxium, like Los Garzas, Berto and Angel, and they're being elevated by Los Perros del Mal. I think the Lucha Brothers would bring the heat and bring the fire and light up the WWE Tag Division no matter what show they're on. I personally would like to see them on SmackDown. The SmackDown has Fraxium, have the War Raiders. They have the, Tongans of Talatanga and Tamatanga, who's being managed by Haku now. How cool is that? And speaking of SmackDown, I want to end on this final thought, even though he was not on the card this weekend. Braun Breaker needs to get out of the vision, separate himself from the group, get over to SmackDown, become a single star again, and have a fresh new start and a fresh set of new opponents on SmackDown. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, I've been saying this since the Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker and Obafemi should not be on the same show. You can't give both a heavy push at the same time on the same show. So, with that being said, those are kind of my thoughts on the weekend and what we're looking ahead to. As of now, there's no actual main roster PLE for September, although I'm getting the hints that Worlds Collide will feature AAA stars, NXT stars, and some main roster stars from the hints I've been seeing. So tune into that. I'll definitely be back with some opinions, probably Friday night, after the SmackDown after SummerSlam is aired, and we can maybe talk about what's gone down during the week. So until then, hope you all have a great week and keep on tuning in.